Y'all, it's ALLYRENEE and I'm back. And y'all know I'm better. Okay. But
don't play with it, don't be dishonest. Still not understanding.
But today I'm doing something kind of new. I asked for everyone to put anything they're struggling with on my Instagram. So this is gonna be like a safe space with Allie chat. So I have the questions here. So I have a ton of responses. So I'm gonna try to go through all of them the best I can. I'm gonna get straight into the video. And if you have anything that you wanna talk about, you can leave in the comments or you can send me a DM. I can't promise I will see the DM, but you should comment. Okay, anyways, we're going to start with the first one. How to improve mindset. So I think with mindset, you want to think of perspective. I don't know if you guys have me on Instagram, but I'm all about changing perspective, the power of perspective, gratitude. Because you can have the same situation, but you can look at it two completely different ways. You can seek the positive in everything, and you have to understand that you can't control what happens to you. You can only control how you react to things. Life is gonna constantly throw obstacles at you. You're gonna constantly have failures. Things aren't gonna go your way all the time. Life is never gonna be uphill trajectory. It's never going to be easy. So if you go into life expecting it to be hard, especially if it's something that's big, like a big luxurious lifestyle, that's not going to be easy to get. And working through past pains, it's not going to be easy. So when you go into something expecting it to be hard, you're not going to give up. And when you change your perspective, like I like to give this example when I'm thinking of perspective. I'm going to tell you guys two different stories. This doesn't exactly pertain to my life, but it's just an example. I just turned 30. I had to switch jobs. They had to let me off. It just sucks so bad because I've been there for so many years. Like, why would they put me off? Like, now I have to go find a new job. I found something that looks cool, but it just sucks because now I have to move back home. I'm back home with my mom. I'm a 30-year-old woman, and I just feel so failed. I feel like a failure right now, and I just had a huge breakup. I thought this was gonna be my person. I thought that was who I was gonna marry, and it's like they turned out to be abusive and manipulative, and you know, I shouldn't have ignored the red flags in the beginning, but life just sucks so bad right now. Like, I don't get what I did to deserve this. It's just like I feel broke. I feel like a failure. I feel like I have nothing going for myself. Now I'm at home. Like, I'm just a failure. Now, that story sounded like boo-hoo, life is bad. I'm gonna give y'all a different perspective. I just turned 30. I have been at my job for a long time, but it's time for a change. I am moving to a new job, and I'm so excited to meet new people. It's gonna be a new environment, because I know change is really good for life. It's gonna be good for my mind, my body, my spirit, and I might meet a best friend there. And unfortunately, I am a little low on money, but I'm so happy that I have my mom who I can stay with, and I get to spend quality time with my family. Like, you can't buy quality time ever. Like, I get to spend time with my people, and you know, life goes on, and we don't know how much longer our people are going to be here, so I get to spend quality time with them. I just had a breakup, but a breakup is it sucks in the moment, but it teaches me so much. I've learned so much about myself. I've learned so much about what I want in a person, what I don't want in a person, and I'm so glad that it ended now instead of in 3 years when, you know, maybe we would have had a kid together, we would have been married, and it would have been way harder to leave. But I'm really happy that I saw that this person isn't for me in time, and now I get to spend the rest of my life finding my true love, and I get to have my new job. I feel like my life has just changed so much, and I'm so excited for this change and to see who I become through this change. That was the same story, y'all, same circumstances, but you see the second one was very positive. It was a very, what am I learning? It was a better outlook. So it's simple as perspective. But I'm gonna move to the next question. How are you? Okay, how have you been? Thank you for asking. I'll get to myself at the end of the video. How to get over someone like you because they don't feel the same way as you. Okay, I think this is a really tough question. Getting over someone is really hard. Breakup, crushes, situationships, whatever. You love someone, it's really hard to get over someone. And you can do the 30-day no contact rule. You can do the get rid of anything you have with them and all that. You could try to be their friend, all that stuff. And then you're still having dreams about that person. That all these songs remind you about them. Every little thing, every smell, every song, every clothing. It's like, oh, well, I wore this when I was next to him. I wore this perfume when I was at his house. I heard this song when we were talking on the phone. Oh my god. And it's just like, it's like almost everything reminds you of that person. But my advice for that, obviously, yes, do no contact. I don't believe in staying friends with your ex. At least for the first year, I wouldn't stay friends with your ex because that's just gonna delay your healing like crazy. It's hard to heal from something that you're keeping around. Understand that. You're trying to heal from something that you are keeping around, that you're giving your attention and time to and energy. It don't work like that. Do your best to do no contact. Have an accountability friend. I always like, whenever I'm trying to get over someone, I have a friend and I'm like, every time I want to call this person, I'm going to call you instead, and I need you to talk me out of it. Really, y'all, sometimes it's necessary. I have friends that I'm that friend for. Like, I'm gonna call you, and if I want to talk to them, just talk me out of it. Remind me of why I shouldn't talk to them. My next thing is to make something in your notes and really write down how this person served you versus didn't serve you. The good, the bad, the ugly, whatever it is, and really reflect on that. Because sometimes we can be blindsided by love, blindsided by looks, blindsided by notoriety, blindsided by whatever this person may have. But if they weren't treating you correctly, if the relationship wasn't healthy, we could look over that so easily because, oh, but they're hot, oh, but they're this, but they're that. But you really got to look at, how have they treated me, how have they made me feel, because that's most important. How that person makes you feel, not how they look, which is, you know, we love to have a good looking guy or girl, but you have to understand that the person that you're gonna be with, that's gonna fulfill you and be, you know, your family, you guys got to think long term. Like, when you're building with someone, the goal should be to marriage, right? So is this someone that I want to marry? And if it's something that therapy can change, like, is this something that they're working on, like, really hard? Like, is it worth it? Because let me tell y'all, let me remind y'all this, and I have to remind myself this too, because I feel like I'm flawed in the area of, like, once I like someone, I feel like I can't find another person I'll fall in love with, because it's so hard for me to fall in love. I'm like, I'm never gonna fall in love again, so I'm gonna hold on to this person no matter what they're making me feel like, oh, they have these flaws, but I'm gonna hold on to them. No, there is going to be someone out there that makes you feel good about yourself and treats you correctly, and they look good to you. It's going to happen. But in the hindsight of that, you also have to look at your flaws, because you're not gonna find that perfect guy if you're flawed as well. You got to know what you bring to the table as well. The good communication, the nurturing, the support, all the things. Both people have to heal themselves to a certain extent. But yeah, I think, and also if you're religious, I say you just gotta pray. You gotta pray to be filled with the Holy Spirit, so you have no room to be thinking about them and being worried about what they're doing. Delete them off all your socials. You need to delete them from every aspect of your life. Socials, contact, pictures, photos, messages, delete. Tell your friends, I don't want to speak about this person. Move to the next question. I really dislike when I ask certain things and guys use it to flirt. Like, what is your main goal and where do you want to be by 35? I guess this is a question for me. My main goal in life is to have my name associated with positivity, impact, and influence. Whatever that looks like. Right now, it's social media. It could turn into a brand. It could turn into a TV show, a talk show. I don't know what it's gonna be, but I just want my name to be associated with positive influence. Tips for overcoming fear of rejection. So, fear. Fear is a big hindering thing in a lot of people's lives. So when it comes to fear, I always tell you to replace that with faith. Faith and fear are both the same thing. They haven't happened yet. You're believing something that hasn't happened yet. So instead of believing a failure that has not happened yet, believe in faith. Believe in that you're going to succeed. Have faith in whatever you're working toward, whoever you're talking to. Have faith in it, because fear is never going to get you anywhere. Fear is going to make you not put 120% into what you do, because you already kind of told yourself you're gonna fail. Fear is gonna keep you from even trying something. And I was just speaking of, like, people really, I was reading in a book, most people don't even reach 40% of their full capability of what they could do in life, what they could do with their talents, what they could do financially, what they could do that's fulfilling for them. And that's really scary, because I feel like a big factor of that is fear. We don't believe in ourselves. We don't believe that we could be the next biggest actor. We don't believe that we can be the next biggest billionaire. We don't believe that we can be the next Elon Musk. We don't believe in ourselves. We think like, oh, that's so cool. Dang, he's a cool guy. You could be that guy. You could be that girl. You could be the next Beyonce. If you have a talent and you work at it, you can for sure. What do you think think all these people didn't believe in themselves at one point, or have doubts in their mind, but they kept working? We're all gonna have doubts. You really can't control the doubts you have, but you gotta override those. In rejection, you have to look at failure as a part of success. Failure is a part of everyone's journey. You're never gonna have a life that's just an uphill trajectory. Nobody. You're going to have failures, but that is what makes a person. If you can get up after you fail, and you can be vulnerable, and you can put your pride aside and be like, you know, I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna be persistent. That's the people who succeed in life, because you don't know how close you are to success. You have no idea how close you are, but you give up, you're never gonna be there. You're never gonna get there. You will 100% fail if you give up. That is a fact. You won't fail 100%. We don't know if you're gonna fail 100% if you're trying, but if you give up, you 100. That's a guarantee. If you want a guarantee to fail, don't try. I'm sorry, y'all. A lot of these are not safe space question. How to actually love yourself and figure yourself out. And then there's also one saying, finding your self-worth, seeing the worth in investing in yourself. So I think, to answer loving yourself is becoming the best version of yourself every single day. That's how I look at it. And I'm talking working on your brain, your brand, your body, your mind, your body, your spirit, all the things. And kind of in the beginning, I don't know if I said in this video, but setting daily, weekly, monthly goals. That's going to get you closer to who you want to become. Think about, how do I want to walk in rooms? How do I want to be perceived? How do I want my bank account to look? How do I want my house to look? How do I want my relationship dynamic to look? You have to figure out all these things and know what you want in this life. You have to know what you want. Now, I'm not speaking for like career-wise, because sometimes that can be hard to know exactly what you want, especially if you're in college. But who you want to become, the type of woman, the type of man, how you carry yourself, how people perceive you. Who do you want to become? Are you that clean girl? Are you always put together? Do you take care of your body? Do you eat healthy foods? Do you eat healthy drink? Like, all the things. You have to understand what you want, and you have to make every choice you make throughout the day being something working towards that. Because you think about it, from the moment you wake up to the time you go to sleep, you are making choices. You open the fridge, you're making a choice. You lay in bed or you get up, you're making a choice. You go to the gym or you don't, you're making a choice. So when you think about it, loving yourself is becoming the best version of yourself and putting yourself first, putting your pride aside, putting your laziness aside, and say, I'm doing this for future me. Would future Allison want me to be laying in bed scrolling on TikTok for hours? No, she would want Allison to be posting her videos, to be working on her brain, her body, reading books. She wants her to go spend time with friends and family. She wants her to work on her brands, her whole rep. She wants her to work on her modeling. She wants her to work on concentrating her heart. My future self don't want to see me being lazy. Absolutely not. That's not going to get me nowhere. That is not going to get me towards where I want to be. Now, if you're a person who you are complacent and you don't want much in life and you're cool with minimum, that's cool. But if you're someone, I think you should always strive to be the best version of yourself. Be happy with where you're at, but also be excited to get to another place, because you can. You're capable. Like, I don't want to die. I don't want to reach an old age and look back and be like, I should have just started that. I should have just tried. Because you can't go back in time. I can't go back 5 seconds ago. So utilize your time. Try the things you want to try. Do it for you. Even if you don't feel like it, you're never going to feel like it 100% of the time. People think that like these athletes and these stars wake up every morning motivated. No, you lean on discipline. You lean on knowing that this is just what I have to do. It's not what I want to do, but it's just what I have to do. Make it a lifestyle. So loving yourself. Also, loving yourself is holding your boundaries. Understand what you can and won't tolerate. Whether it's how people treating you, what people are paying you, absolutely not. Hold your boundaries, no matter who they are. Hold your boundaries and hold your morals, because that's doing your future self a favor, because you have those boundaries for a reason. Don't lower your boundaries. Seeing the worth in investing in yourself. Water break. My mouth getting dry. Investing in yourself is another part of loving yourself. I think when I think of investing in myself, I think of health. I think health is wealth, obviously. I will put a lot of money into what I'm eating, into testing getting blood work done, seeing what I'm lacking, making sure I'm working out, making sure I'm sweating, making sure I'm drinking good enough water. But I see that as worth it, because my health is going to affect everything in my life. It's going to affect my mind function, my brain function. It's going to affect my confidence. confidence because it's affecting how I look, how I feel. It's gonna affect my energy. It's gonna affect work ethic. It affects everything. If my health isn't in check, everything's gonna get shattered. So I think it's really important to understand what you're investing in and why. A lot of people will like they want to shop for bags and shoes and stuff and glasses, but it's like, I would invest in yourself first. Invest in you, invest in your health, invest in your career. If you're a content creator, get your good lighting, get your setup, get your good camera. Then if you have extra left over, okay, take yourself on a designer brand shopping spree. I don't recommend it because I think a good old Target bag is great, but yeah, if you have it, you do what you want with your money, but obviously invest in yourself first. I think that's the problem. People want to look a certain way before they are a certain way. If you didn't get that, people want to look a certain way, but not be a certain way. That needs to be like the title of this video. 3 questions. What products for your hair? How do you sleep with your hair? Do you use upon it? Today I use Weedad Climate Control Gel, and then Redken's Leave-In and Curl Cream. And I actually love it. It might be my favorite product now. How do I get up my self-esteem if I have bad anxiety? This is a great question. Anxiety can literally hurt you so much from a lot of things in life, but I think getting your self-esteem up is pinpointing why you feel insecure. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, up until maybe like 6 months ago, I was dealing with really bad insecurity. Like, I hated how I looked. I didn't want to leave my house. I would wear the baggiest clothes so no one could see my body, including myself. I hated getting in the shower. Now y'all know I'm a clean person, I shower a lot, but I hated it because I didn't want to see my body. Like, I would avoid mirrors. It got to a point where I wouldn't even put in my contacts. I would either not put in my contacts or I'd take my glasses off before I passed the mirror, like in the back. Like, it was bad. And like, sometimes I have that habit. I'll walk into a bathroom and I go like this. I'm like, why? It's just habit now. How I got myself out of that was pinpointing like, what is making me insecure? Why am I magnifying all my flaws? And are they really flaws, or am I being too hard on myself? Am I comparing? And I think a lot of times it can be comparison, and know that comparison is the thief of joy, and you should really only focus on becoming the healthiest, best version of you, and understand that people's opinions shouldn't affect you if they're not affecting your 3 core values. Like, think of your 3 core values, like health, wealth, success. Joseph's opinion on my nose or my hair is not affecting that, so therefore I should not care about his opinion. So you gotta really put all emphasis on your core values in this life and understand that their opinions don't affect that at all. I think ways to practice self-esteem is really practicing just putting yourself out there and trying new things, talking to new people, being yourself around people, and understand that people will accept you. The right friends will find you, and also trying new things with your style. Like, find your style and fall in love with and just do self-love practices. Take yourself on a date, journal your feelings daily, take care of yourself, skincare, body care, take a bath at night, drink some tea. All these things will slowly help you build self-esteem. What's your podcast name? My podcast name is The Gloss with ALLYRENEE. That is on Spotify. That's all the questions that you guys asked that pertain to this question. But back to the question, how are you? How have you been? Are you okay? I'm actually doing really good right now. I had a really rough past year. Like I said, I was dealing with really bad insecurities, and of course that seeped into all areas of my life because I am a model and I'm on camera all the time. So it kind of made it hard for things, and also hard being social, so I'd isolate myself, and that just makes you go down a deeper hole. So I finally got myself out of that. I worked on my health a lot, and I've been seeing results, and I've been happy with how I feel clear-minded. I have a lot of friends. I've been putting more time into making friendships, especially girl friendship. I've been making a lot of great girlfriends, and it's been really nice being able to hang around them. I've given more time to my family. I try to talk to them more than I used to, and I've just been taking little steps that are just practices of self-love, and it's been a game changer, and I just feel so happy and blessed with this life I've been given. But I love y'all. I hope this helped y'all. Hopefully next time we'll get more questions that pertain to Safe Space with Allie, and let me know if you guys liked this, and we'll do more of it. I can do this like weekly if y'all would like. But I love y'all so much. See you next time.